Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for our webinar this afternoon, all about getting to Spain and travelling around Spain by train. My name is Sarah Turner, and I work in the marketing department here at Railbookers. As you can see on your screen there, one lucky person at the end of this session will win £50 off their next rail holiday with us. And absolutely everybody is going to be entitled to an exclusive attendee discount. Make a note of the number at the bottom of your screen there, and do give us a call anytime after this presentation. We're open until 8 o'clock, or obviously tomorrow and onwards, about your next holiday by rail. We're really looking forward to hearing from you. Now, before we start talking about all things Spain by train, it'd be great to tell you guys a little bit about why to book with us. And we hope that you guys know by now, but we are the rail experts. So as I always say, our team here in our London office are so fantastic. We call them self-confessed train geeks. They've really got the best knowledge of all the routes, timings and rail systems all over the world that we work with. And they'll use our insider access, our direct partnerships with the rail companies and hotels across Europe, North America, far beyond that as well, to get access and special rates and availability that aren't accessible to the public. And what we're aiming to do is to give you guys complete flexibility with your holiday. So we can book tickets at any time, even if they aren't available to the public yet. We can tailor-make any of the itineraries that you see, on these webinars, in our brochures, on our website, to suit your exact requirements. So you don't have to stick to the exact itineraries. We're happy to tailor-make something for you. And it's all about making it hassle-free, because we know how complicated it can be with different routes, trains, languages, providers. It can be really, really confusing, but that's where we step in, and we're really proud to have won awards in the industry as well. We go all over Europe, the USA, Canada, far beyond that as well by train here at Railbookers. Here are just a couple of the different types of holiday that you could book with us. So, of course, we offer scenic rail journeys, some of our favourite to chat to you guys about. But city rates as well, if you don't have quite as long, but you want to just pop over quickly somewhere, spend a few nights, you don't fancy the hassle of the airport, can completely understand that. We will organise luxury private train journeys, things like the Rocky Mountaineer, the Venice Samplon Orient Express, if maybe you've got a special occasion coming up this year or next year. Rail and sail, if you're a bit of a cruise enthusiast, but you'd like to connect onto your cruise by train, or maybe go on a rail holiday afterwards, that's no problem at all. Lakes and mountains, coast to coast USA and Canada, just a couple of the different themes of holiday that we can organise for you guys, that our guys are experts in creating. You can see on your screen there some of our top destinations. So of course we do go all over the world, but places like Scandinavia, Italy, Switzerland, and Spain and Portugal, of course, in Europe are always fantastically popular with our customers, and the USA and Canada as well. Some of the best rail routes in the whole world are there across the pond, and we love organising holidays to those destinations. Here are just a couple of our top itineraries. As we said, the USA and Canada, so across the whole of Canada by train, taking in the Rockies, either on the regular Canadian trains or maybe a special journey on the Rocky Mountaineer. Coast to coast across the USA. You can go absolutely from one side to the other, either way, and that's a really, really popular holiday, and one that I'm doing in just 22 days. So I'm sure on the next webinar I'll be talking all about that. The Scandinavian Grand Tour, taking in those amazing cities in that northern part of Europe, using the great rail connections there. And the classic Venice by the Alps, travelling out all the way from the UK down to Venice, spending a night in Switzerland en route, making the most of that wonderful Swiss scenery, going through the mountains. The classic Glacier and Bernina Express, two of the world's most popular tourist trains. You can see the train going over the amazing Landwasser Viaduct there in the picture. And of course, the Venice Samplon Orient Express. If you're heading down to Italy, you want to do it in the most luxurious way possible, truly is one of the world's greatest trains. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please just let me know and I'll try and get around to answering as many as I can at the end this afternoon. We always get loads, so sorry if I don't get around to your one particularly, but don't worry because somebody will be in touch. They'll be able to chat all about whatever questions you've got about your rail holidays. Okay, let us begin with an absolute classic, the ultimate Barcelona city break. This is taking in one of our favourite routes from Paris to Barcelona. There is really no need to fly when the scenery en route is just so magnificent and it's so easy to do. You start off in London, as you can see on the map, but we absolutely can go from your local station if you want to connect. You can travel by Eurostar down to Paris, and then it's just a quick change of stations, really easy to do. And the nice thing about changing from Paris Gare du Nord to Gare de Lyon is that you can pop into the Train Bleu restaurant in Paris Gare de Lyon station for some really opulent surroundings and a really delicious food. So pretty much the perfect first class waiting room in Paris Gare de Lyon. From there, it is a one straight journey down to Barcelona. And spend 3 nights or more or less, whatever you like, and then travel it all in reverse as well. You can see the train here heading through the countryside from Paris down to Barcelona there. It is a super high-speed TGV. It goes up to 320 kilometers an hour. Journey time of just 6 hours and 25 minutes, which is phenomenally quick when you consider the distance that it's traveling. You can see from the picture there as well that it is one of the very exciting double-decker TGV trains, and sitting on the top deck and just watching the scenery go by is truly amazing. The journey as well is a really wonderful scenic one. You're heading all the way through France. You go through Lyon, you're going to go down the Rhone Valley, see the Alps in the distance. You'll pass, I'm told, Chateau Montfaucon. Apparently I'm saying that correctly, I'm told by a French speaker in the office. You go along the banks of the River Orbe, you see Bézier's 13th century cathedral en route, past the Mediterranean coastline, you'll see vineyards, even flamingos, the Pyrenees. It is such an incredible 6 hours, this journey, and it's just such a shame when you think the alternative is flying. Really wonderful to do by train. You're going to have a cafe car and all of those sorts of things on board, as it is quite a long journey. Get light meals, hot meals, cold meals, snacks, drinks. And if you upgrade to first class, you'll get a bigger seat, more leg room. There are top deck seats in both standard and first class, so it's worth adding because that is something that we do get asked a lot. But both classes have seats on the top deck, absolutely. And if you upgrade to first class, you can use the lounge at Barcelona station on the way back, which is very nice indeed. When you get to Barcelona with us, we're going to include some fantastic extras. Our staff have tried and tested, and these are what we think will be the best options to give you the perfect holiday. We're going to include the Barcelona City Card, which gives you discounts and access to 70 destinations all over the city, including the Botanical Gardens and my favourite, the Picasso Museum as well. Be sure to book in advance, obviously, but yeah, free access there. We'll also give you guys hop-on, hop-off bus tickets so that you can head to all of the sites you want to see, all the most popular places all over the city, get some guided commentary on board as well. And it's basically, these bus tickets are just like having your own private tour. Combine it with the card, you can go from place to place, no hassle at all. And we'll also, of course, include a skip-the-line access to the Sagrada Familia, Gaudi's famous cathedral right in the middle of the city. Head up to the top of it for incredible views out. It really is just one of the city's most famous landmarks. Definitely not something you want to miss, and the queues can get really bad. So best to book skip-the-line tickets so that you can just speed right to the front. Can see the inclusions there that I've just spoken about. You can get 3 nights hotel accommodation, of course with breakfast. You get the Eurostar to Paris, and then onward train travel, including that amazing journey from Paris to Barcelona that we spoke about. So that's a really gorgeous one if you're a train travel enthusiast. It's only been going for a few years now, so really nice one to do. Make the most of how well connected everything on the continent is. A different way of getting to Spain now. You can travel still from London, still through France, but why not, if you've got the time, spend a night in Montpellier en route. So travel all the way through the French countryside, a really lovely journey. Just have a night. Of course, we can increase that if you'd like, absolutely. Have a night in Montpellier, break up the journey, explore one of our favourite French cities here at Railbookers, and then the train from Montpellier to Barcelona. It might be the double-decker TGV one that we spoke about, or it could be one of the single-decker RV S100, the Spanish trains that links Barcelona with Marseille and Lyon as well. So it's all really, really nice, nice choice of rolling stock that you can choose between there, and we'll explain all the timings and things like that to you. Head down to Barcelona. Montpellier to Barcelona is such a beautiful part of that route. Spend a couple of nights, however long you'd like. We've got 3 nights here. That's what our customers most popularly pick. But of course, if you've not got so long, no problem. If you would like to add a bit more time, that's no problem either. Travel back with a night in Lille if you'd like to, and then just hop across the channel from Lille to London, much less than 2 hours. Really, really convenient. A great picture of Montpellier there, and perhaps it's not a French destination that you might have thought of visiting, but it is such a wonderful, wonderful place to visit, right down there in the south of France. It's only about 10 kilometres from the coast, so it's a nice place to soak up the sun, really, really nice. You can go for dinner in the Antigone district, or check out the really beautiful, imposing Gothic Saint-Pierre de Montpellier Cathedral. And just the whole city has got a really kind of classical feel to it. It's got beautiful buildings, really grand hotels, lovely wide boulevards and things like that. So we put 1 night in with this itinerary, but you could always extend that, no problem at all. There is so much to see and do in Montpellier. And then you go through, of course, to Barcelona. You can see a picture there of Gaudi's Sagrada Familia Cathedral. Such a, recognize that picture anywhere. It's absolutely wonderful city. Got loads of Gaudi's architecture all over. So for any kind of culture fans, if you've not been, it definitely should be on your bucket list. And any of those extras that I spoke about, the city cards, skip the line entrance, anything like that, we can always add for you. That's no problem at all. Just a few seconds for our consultants, and they'll be happy to chat with you about the best extras to add in. And you can see the inclusions for our holiday there. Always with breakfast, the hotel nights. We've got 1 in Lille, 1 in Montpellier, and a couple in Barcelona there as well. We're going to take the return Eurostar and onward rail travel. Madrid and Andalusia are some absolutely wonderful destinations to visit, and so well connected by some pretty fantastic modern Spanish trains. You can see there we've got a flight in and out of Madrid, but of course you can travel by train instead. In fact, we'd highly recommend you do. There's a couple of great ways to get down to Madrid by train if you do want to. Obviously, you could go through Barcelona, like we've spoken about on the last couple of itineraries. You could spend a night there en route. We've got some great hotels really near the station, so you could always travel down from Paris, have a night or 2 there, and then make your way to Madrid the next morning. I think it can be done one day, but it's a really, really long day, so better to have the night en route in Barcelona. You can explore a bit as well. The other option that I think would be a really nice idea, take the direct Eurostar down to Marseille in the south of France, and then there is a direct train that goes all the way from Marseille through to Madrid. So that's a really, really scenic journey, as I'm sure you can imagine. Really nice way to spend a couple of days, and then you could have a couple of nights in Marseille as well if you wanted to, before seeing Madrid, and then obviously Granada, Cordoba, Seville. So you can see some wonderful pictures of Madrid here. The Spanish capital, very famous for having just loads of sunny blue skied days every single year. Famous for fantastic weather, and you can wander through the streets and go to Casa del Campo. It's one of Europe's largest public parks, and definitely if you're a fan of culture and museums, you're going to want to check out the Golden Triangle of Art, including the Prado, which is one of the most incredible art galleries in the whole of the world. From there, it's just a quick jaunt down by train to Granada. You can see that picture there of the magnificent Alhambra Palace Fortress Complex. Just ask us if you would like to visit. It is the best thing to do in Granada. There's no way around that. And it does get very busy, so we're very happy to organise skip the line entrance for you. That's always really popular. Once you get there, you'll find royal palaces, lovely kind of sun-drenched patios that you can obviously take photos of and just stand out and admire the views. Beautiful kind of shimmering reflecting pools as well. It is absolutely amazing there, and much better for kind of skipping the queues and getting in before crowds do. And just the whole of the way around the city, you're going to see great examples of kind of Moorish architecture, things like that. Of course, down in the south of Spain, the food is going to be fantastic. It's a great place to spend a couple of nights. From there, take the train to Cordoba. It is an absolute gem of a city, really, really important back in the Roman times, and a major influential Islamic centre all the way back in the Middle Ages. Now a lot of that kind of architecture and the culture history has survived, so it's an absolutely beautiful place to wander around. You can visit the main attraction, La Mesquita, an amazing old mosque dating all the way back to 784 AD. Got the Byzantine mosaics and one nooks and crannies as you wander around. And it's just a great place to spend a couple of nights, Cordoba, sort of soak up the atmosphere, get a real sort of mishmash of cultures and influences and things like that. So definitely unlike anywhere you'll have visited before. And from there, it is just a short hop to Seville, one of my favourite cities, the capital of Andalusia, famous, of course, for flamenco dancing. So if you want to organise some tickets to that, watching, I should say, rather than participating, but whatever floats your boat, we can certainly look into that for you. And you can definitely visit the ornate Alcazar Castle complex as well. That's going to be a really beautiful way to spend a couple of hours. You can go to the Gothic Cathedral, which is still the resting place of the tomb of Christopher Columbus. You can see the wonderful Giralda Bell Tower there as well. Really, really beautiful. Walk down the riverbanks. It's pretty much the spiritual home of tapas and things like that. So you'll find some of the best food in the whole world down there, and get little tapas dishes when you order your drinks and stuff like that. So really, really wonderful place to soak up the sun. It gets really, really nice and warm. Stays warm till late in the year, so a wonderful city break destination and the perfect place to end your trip before then travelling back to Madrid and taking the train or flying home, whichever you'd rather. You can see the inclusions there. As I said, we've got flights in this itinerary, but if you wanted to take the train, we would thoroughly recommend it, and it's very easy for us to organise for you guys as well. You've got your onward rail travel, 7 nights hotel stay with breakfast. Always include breakfast in Europe for you. So there's a nice little boost in the morning before you head out to start sightseeing. And it's also worth mentioning that if you wanted to fly not from London, from your local airport, that's no problem either. Take the train from your local station and fly from your local airport. Very, very easy for us to tailor-make an itinerary for you. Paris and Barcelona. So we've seen the train route that goes all the way down from Paris through France to Barcelona. That's a really wonderful journey. And what's better than to break up the journey though and spend a couple of nights in Paris before you go, since you'll be going through anyway. It's just a wonderful city, so really nice place to spend a couple of nights. If you wanted to stop en route again, the train goes through places like Lyon, Nîmes, Girona. So we do have a lot of customers who like to get off the train again, spend a couple of nights exploring those cities, seeing as you'll be en route anyway. When you head on from Paris to Barcelona, in the summertime, there are 4 trains a day that run that route, so you're going to get a really good choice of time. And remember, if you are travelling in first class, you can use the lounge at Barcelona Sants Station on your way back. So there's a wonderful picture of Paris. I spent ages looking at which picture of Paris I'd like to use, but they were all so wonderful. Whether it's your first time or your 100th time, there's always going to be something new to see or do, or revisit old favourite things that you've seen or done in the past. You know, it just seems a shame if you've got the time and you're passing through Paris, why not to get off the train and spend a couple of nights, you know, go for dinners and wander around galleries and things like that, and just discover what makes Paris special to you, because everybody loves it for a different reason, but pretty much everybody does love it because it's obviously a really special one. Then you got the train down from Paris to Barcelona. As I said, it is an amazing route. You'll even see flamingos along the way. That is really something special. And as I said, you can sit on the upper deck, look out the window, see the scenery pass by. It is a beautiful journey. Pack a picnic to take on board as well. If you're going from Paris, you can take a nice afternoon train and pack a bottle of wine from the French capital and some nice snacks to enjoy on board as you race through the French countryside. Once you get to Barcelona, you'll have a couple of nights there. You can explore all of the architecture, all of the amazing kind of ambiance there, wander down Las Ramblas and, you know, maybe barter with the people at the market, and take the cable car up there to Montpellier as well. That's a really nice thing to do. If you wanted to extend your trip, you could always take the train on, the trains linking Barcelona with Toulouse, Lyon, Marseille as well, so no need to come straight home. It's just think of it as your gateway to Spain, that train down to Barcelona. You can explore any of the wonderful cities. We can organise a perfect, completely individual Spanish itinerary for you if you'd like us to. You can see there the inclusions: return Eurostar to Paris and onward travel, 4 nights hotel stay, but you can absolutely extend that if you'd like to. There's no reason why you couldn't spend a full week or any amount of time that you'd like. Obviously, this way we've just done it as a quick city break, a nice long weekend, and can think of a few better ways to spend a long weekend, to be honest. But if you'd like to extend it, that's no problem at all. Barcelona, Seville and Madrid. So there's 3 cities that we've already discovered in the webinar and that are really, really easy to link. We've got flights in and out, but as I said before, if you wanted to take the train down, that would be no trouble whatsoever. You get to spend a couple of nights each in these amazing cities. It's a great picture of the view there from the Park of Güell. You can see all the way out to the coast. It is a wonderful thing, a city on a beach. Get the best of both worlds, and it is lovely just to kind of take a few hours to sit back and relax on the beach in Barcelona if you get nice weather, which you probably will if you travel for most of the year. It is wonderful and sunny. And there you can take the train to Seville. Just wonderful, the capital, as I said, of Andalusia, and a great place to kind of watch some flamenco dancing, eat tapas, sit out on kind of patios until late. So obviously they eat their dinner very late in Spain, and it's really, really nice to just kind of sit and soak up the warmth there. Got some wonderful views, as you can see. And from there, head on to Madrid for a bit of indulging in all the art galleries that we spoke about, wandering through the squares and the parks, doing some people watching. It's a really, really great capital city, Madrid. We've got a really sort of relaxed pace while still being a really cosmopolitan urban centre. So a wonderful capital city to visit if you haven't before. Here are the inclusions for that holiday: Barcelona, Seville and Madrid. If you'd like to travel down by train, as I said, not a problem at all. Otherwise, you can fly down from London to Barcelona and then back from Madrid to London and just take the trains in the middle through the 3 cities. 8 nights hotel stay with breakfast. So a nice, just over a week, a lovely Spanish summer holiday. You definitely get a nice tan down there with that wonderful weather if you're thinking about booking your summer holiday now. Okay, so it was great to get the chance to talk to you guys about some of our favourite Spanish packages. As I said, it's a great joy getting down to Spain by train, and once you're there, the trains are so great, so comfortable, modern trains. We can book all class of services, so just have a chat with us about what you're looking for, and we can upgrade one part or all of it, whatever you're looking for, on the high-speed RB trains within Spain, and of course on TGVs down as well. just another glimpse of our holiday types as we looked at before. All of those scenic rail journeys, we've seen some great examples of those today going through France and Spain. And city breaks, I mean, it's always really surprising to me how easy it is to get down to Barcelona by train, and there's lots of places you can go much further afield as well. Perfect scenic journeys for a city break. Luxury and private train journeys, rail and sail, lakes and mountains and coast to coast, whatever kind of holiday you're looking for, essentially. We'll be happy to have a look into it and put together the perfect itinerary to suit you, taking in the trains that you're looking forward to going on. You can see our top destinations there. So we've got Germany, Italy, Scandinavia, Switzerland. Europe is just a great place to travel by rail. There's really no need to fly anywhere if you've got the time. And it's just nice to sit back, relax, and let the train take the strain, as they used to say. Across the pond as well, perfect train journeys there for connecting cities. Maybe you want to go to, Boston, New York, Washington, D.C., or along the West Coast, or one of those epic coast-to-coast holidays that we've spoken about as well. Just if you'll indulge me, we'd love to show you guys a few of our top destinations, our top holidays at the end of the presentation. So Zagreb, Split and Dubrovnik is one that is perfect if you maybe haven't booked your summer holiday yet, or if you're super organised and are looking for next year maybe. It is just a great journey. You can travel all the way through Europe, spend a night in Munich, take the overnight sleeper down to Zagreb. That's a great trip, a really comfortable sleeper train if you're an adventurous traveller, and a couple of nights in Zagreb, Split and Dubrovnik as well. Just three fantastic Croatian cities. You're going to get the best of all the culture and the medieval walls and things like that, with just the amazing coastline down in that part of the continent. Perfect for soaking up the sun and just relaxing before flying home, or if you wanted to take the train back instead, that'd be no problem. That'd be such a relaxing way to spend your next summer holiday. Keeping it with the Spanish theme, Barcelona and Madrid, that's one that we didn't speak about during the presentation, but of course it's incredibly easy to do. You can just take the train down to Barcelona, as we've spoken about, hop over to Madrid for a few nights, and then fly back. That's a really popular thing to do if you'd maybe like to take the train out in one direction to get all of the scenery and all of the relaxation on your outbound journey. Spend your time in Barcelona, Madrid, and then fly home at the end for speed. No problem at all. We can do any mixture of those if you fancy that. Across the other end of the world now with jazz, blues and rock and roll. So journey to Chicago, Memphis and New Orleans, taking in the best of those musical cities by train. That is a fantastic route that I've done before. Take the city of New Orleans, that famous train from the Willie Nelson song, all the way down through the US. We'll include some great extras as well. Tour of Graceland and a brunch at the Court of Two Sisters restaurant in New Orleans. That's a really wonderful thing to do. And obviously you'll fly in from London and out as well. If you'd like us to look into your local regional airport, that's no problem at all. Venice by the Alps is our classic, maybe our signature holiday here at Railbookers, and for good reason. It is absolutely a wonderful way to get down to one of everybody's favourite cities and just spend a couple of nights wandering through the pretty cobbled streets and along the canals of Venice. Travel down with a night in Zurich, just change trains in Milan, and you can be in Venice the next day. So really, really beautiful journeys through kind of chocolate box villages and along the snow-capped mountains and stuff in Switzerland. Really wonderful way to get down there. Travel back via Turin if you'd like, or fly home from Venice. It's completely up to you. We're very popular for our customers to do either of those. Okay, and the winner is, as promised, one of you will win £50 off your next rail holiday with us. And the winner today is Rob Marston. So thank you very much for listening to our webinar today. All of you, of course. Every single person will get 25 per person off their next rail holiday with us. Just got to call us by that date and quote that code to us. And Rob, don't worry, you can use that one as well. So you can combine that with your gift voucher. And how do you book? That's a great question. Just give us a call on the number that you can see. We're open Monday all the way through to Saturday. So whatever you would like to do, if it's one of the packages that you've seen on our site or something like that, then please do let us know and we'll look into that. If it's a completely tailor-made itinerary, then we love getting our teeth into the most complex of itineraries. That's something that we really love to do. And thank you so much for joining us. We've had loads and loads of questions, so I will try and answer as many as I can. We've got a great question from Gareth asking when the best time to travel is. Obviously, want to avoid the heat, he says, of the summer, which I completely understand. So, I mean, there's no kind of best time to travel, obviously. The trains do run all year round, so if you wanted to go in the winter, in January, that's the best time to kind of go to the museums and things, because obviously they'll be the most quiet. If you'd love to soak up the sun, then of course it does get very, very warm in the summer, but places like Barcelona, you can always sit by the beach, things like that. And of course, spring and autumn are going to give you the best kind of mix of the best weather, so it'll still be sunny but not hot, but it's completely up to you, really. Whichever you'd most like to do. And we've got another question from Bella, who's asking about local airports. Yeah, I know that we have put London on all of these packages that you've seen say that include flights, but yeah, absolutely, we can look into your local airport. If there are direct flights, we can book those for you. If not, obviously with changes. The same goes for train stations as well. I should definitely say we can certainly look into travelling down. If you want to spend a night in London or something like that, then that's no problem at all. Or that we can coordinate all of your train times to go coincide with the Eurostar that will take you over to the continent. And we've got questions. Lots of people asking about different destinations that they can visit. Obviously, we're sorry we can't talk about everywhere, but you know, obviously do have a look on our website or in our brochures for all the different places that we kind of advertise, and we can certainly look into bespoke itineraries as well. A really nice place to add on would be Lisbon if you wanted to kind of do France and then travel through Spain. There is a great sleeper train from Madrid to Lisbon, which is a wonderful place to pick up some of our Portuguese itineraries as well, or add on a couple of nights in Portugal. So that would be a really, really nice, a nice idea, or anywhere that you're thinking we'd be happy to kind of have a look into for you. So thanks very much for joining us. That's about all we've got time for, so I'll let you all get on with your afternoons if you are watching the cricket or whatever else you were doing. And please do give us a call when you know where you'd like to go for your next holiday, and we'll be pleased to look into it for you. Thanks very much.